Hi, I'm Depesh Nathwani. Everyone calls me Pesh. I'm the MD of the Consumer Helpline, which is part of the TCHGroup. I've actually been with the company formally just over a year now as the MD, but I actually bumped into the business in 2020, so just before COVID started. I actually came to judge the Consumer Helpline in Swansea, and I just fell in love with them. Head and heart was all in. Fantastic, grounded business, junior in some ways, but very exciting in another. I loved the DNA of the business. I loved the culture that they were creating, and I loved the operations. You know, you can walk into most centres and get a vibe and a feel for what they're like. And I walked and I just fell in love with it. And I was in. I was in before they knew I was in. I've been fortunate to travel the world and see lots of different call centres and lots of different sectors all across the world. I actually took a decision. I didn't want to continue to work in a corporate environment, and I didn't want to do that with the rules and regulations those businesses had, because you weren't directly able to make the changes you saw were needed, which meant it was harder for the staff, who are the most important people in the business. Walking in DNA and the culture is not something that you can easily describe or depict. It's something you've got to have a feeling for. It's an emotional connection. And when you've got a vibrant centre which is interacting with its staff, with its management, people are smiling, they're chatting, they're outgoing. Remember, that's not in everyone's nature, right? So when you're in that sort of environment with that many people and it just flows, it gives you a sense. And then when you look at it from a client perspective and see, well, if the staff are really enjoying what they're doing, is that giving the clients and our partners what they want? And if the answer is yes, that's a good baseline to start with. And that's what I could see. I could reel you off all the USPs that traditional people would want to hear and that you've probably heard 100 times over. That's boring. That's not the TCH way. We talk about honesty, we talk about transparency. Yet when you put a number of individuals in a room and ask them a range of questions, there'll be a manager in the window looking to see what they're saying. We don't. We have utter freedom. We have a no fear policy, which means when we see something wrong, we call it out. And if somebody drops a piece of litter, pick it up. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter what rank you are, it doesn't matter what grade you are, it doesn't matter. There's a clean difference between right and wrong, and having the courage to step forward and say what you feel in a productive way. What makes us different? It's not one thing. When you look about what's going on in the industry and you hear all the stories about AI coming in and AI is going to transform and change the world, it might, but it isn't doing it right now. And it isn't massively impacting customer journeys right now. And I put a challenge out there to anybody. If they think they've got something that can help and do it better than a person, come and have a conversation. I'd love to have a debate. So our strength isn't in just our toolkit of different technology we've got. Our strength is in our people. That's what we're really proud about. We invest much, much more in making our staff better people than just being better at the job. Because you can train anybody to do a job. You can train anybody to do a job. Our job as a business, and with what we're investing and doing in the community, is making our community better. And you do that by investing in the people. What is important to one doesn't necessarily mean it's important to another. So all that dichotomy of different things that are important to those people, that's what we got to focus on. Because if we make our people better, it naturally makes it better for our clients and our partners. And really, why should one be any different to the other? Which is why we focused what we do on having the best people possible and taking them on a journey with us, so we grow and we grow as a family.